What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today is Friday. That means Zur is back in the tower. We're going to take a look at his inventory. I'll give you guys some recommendations on what he's got. So we'll start off with the armor. For the Titan class, we got an insurmountable skull fort. Perks on this include infusion, replenish health each time you pick up an orb of light. Impact induction, causing damage with a melee, reduces your grenade cooldown, and improved transfusion, kills with Storm Fist, immediately trigger health regeneration. You also respawn with full melee energy. So this was a great helmet for Crota's End, especially on hard mode where health is really an issue. Now that Crota's End is not really the top end content, it's not the high level content anymore, that's really going to be moving on to Prison of Elders. I think the insurmountable skull fort gets a little bit less valuable. The discipline on this roll is awful at 93. To be honest with you, I'd skip this week. Next up for the hunters, we've got the Knucklehead Radar. Knucklehead Radar is a good helmet. The perks on it include the Light the Blade, causing damage with a grenade, reduces your melee cooldown. Inverse Shadow, increased super energy gained from killing minions of darkness. And Sensor Pack, Radar remains visible while aiming primary weapons. The main perk on this is really Sensor Pack. The problem with the Knucklehead Radar is that while it is a very good helmet, it really doesn't get used as much as something like Acleophage Symbiote, Mask of the Third Man, or Lucky Raspberry. The perk is good, but other perks are just better on some of the other hunter gear. So again, this one's going to be kind of up to you. If you like this, then pick it up. The roll on it isn't awful. It's not perfect, but it's serviceable. Really, I'd give this one like a 50-50. Same kind of goes with the Apotheosis Veil. The Discipline roll is 117, which isn't great, isn't terrible, but it's kind of right in the middle. The perks on this one include Serpent's Tail, causing damage with a melee, reduces your grenade cooldown. Infusion, replenish health each time you pick up an orb of light. And Private Reserves, immediately regenerate health on activating your super. So this one, again, was a good Crota's End hard mode helmet. It gives you two different ways to get your health back, which was really useful. It's actually pretty good in PvP as well for the same reason. Getting your health back when you activate a super was actually pretty useful. It's good for Sun Bros. It's good for Void guys. Either one, it works pretty well. But, that Discipline roll has me a little bit concerned. You can upgrade it this week, but the Discipline roll is actually even worse. So really, I'd go 50-50 on this one. So all in all, I'd skip the Insurmountable Skull Fort, and Knucklehead Radar and Apotheosis Veil don't have me too excited. For our weapon this week, we've got Truth. Now, I went on a limb this week. I predicted that we'd see Gjallarhorn. Clearly, I am wrong. This is a pretty good second best. If you don't have Truth yet, it's definitely worth picking up. It's the only Void exotic in the game, which is very useful, especially if Prison of Elders, we see a lot of Void burn. The perks are great, especially for PvP. Grenades and horseshoes, rockets from this weapon will detonate early, based on proximity to target. And Prototype True Seeker, rounds fired from this weapon seek their targets aggressively, and that is very aggressively. Also, it's got Javelin, nearly maxing out the velocity. So for PvP, this is a really good rocket launcher. So if you play a lot of PvP, definitely pick this one up. For PvE, it's a little less useful. It doesn't do as much damage as the Gjallarhorn, but if Void Burn comes up in Prison of Elders, you may find yourself very happy with its performance. But again, it is no Gjallarhorn. Next, we've got exotic shards. So next week with the House of Wolves, you're going to want to be upgrading your exotics. You're going to need exotic shards to do so. So if you got a lot of strange coins, you want to stack up so that on Tuesday, once the new content comes out, you can just upgrade all your exotics immediately. Go ahead and do that. You can save them up, be ready to go once the House of Wolves drops. Next up, exotic engrams. So if you really are looking for a either Dark Below or Vanilla Destiny gauntlet, exotic gauntlet, then it may be worth spending some motes of light on this. However, don't try to hoard these for after the House of Wolves, thinking that you might get House of Wolves exotics. That will not work. You'll be wasting your time. You'll be wasting your motes of light. All right, for upgrades, I'm going to say skip all the upgrades. Instead, just wait for House of Wolves. If you need the exotic shards, buy some exotic shards so you can upgrade them right away. But there's no reason to upgrade these things through Xur right now. You'll have to go through the whole upgrade path as opposed to after House of the Wolves. You'll just be able to apply an exotic shard and have a fully upgraded exotic. So just skip the upgrades this week. There's nothing in here that's worth doing. Except, you know, this Cresta al Lupai has a really high stat roll on it. So if you've got a really bad stat roll on yours, it may be worth getting this one. But you will have to level it up, and you will have to use another exotic shard after the House of Wolves to get it up to get your light level up to level 34. For curios, we've got auto rifle telemetry, fusion rifle telemetry, and machine gun telemetry. So if you want to upgrade any of those 3 weapon types faster, just pick these up and apply them when you're turning in bounties. Next, we got Emerald Coil and the Stealth Drive, so this will change your blue rare Sparrow into a purple legendary Sparrow and change the color of your contrail. And finally, we have Heavy Ammo Synthesis. So all in all, I gotta say, not an exciting week for Xur. I was really hoping that Bungie would give us something special, namely the Gjallarhorn, but Xur, being his regular stingy self, not selling the Gjallarhorn once again. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.